Goran Lautar.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. So now you are playing here in Mannheim at this festival. How you came into this punk festival, as of your music is not punk but dark wave, so it's quite different style.
Well, yeah, maybe style is a little bit different, but it is kind of a punk music in the broader sense of the word. I mean, I'm part of the scene in Zagreb, of punk hardcore scene, and I was for years with different bands. Now I play solo for now maybe 5 years, 6 years. And so yeah, they invited me. There will be some kind of after party after the bands in a smaller room. There will be a couple of bands on the electric side of the thing. That's how I ended up here, and I'm really looking forward to my show.
How is the punk and dark wave scene in Zagreb and generally in the former Yugoslavia?
You mean how, in a sense, how they're connected, or in general?
In general, and also if there are some interconnections, because, for example, here in Germany, the ex-Yugoslav community is very close together and not fragmented how the nations and as independent countries now, but more interconnected as ex-U community.
Yeah.
How is it in the cultural scene, and especially in these punk and dark wave underground scene?
Okay, I got your question. Yeah. Well, this underground DIY scene is like really connected in all towns of ex-Yugoslavia and wider. So basically it's a small scene, so how to describe it? For years we are connected, the bands are traveling between towns, there are labels doing the bands from other countries from ex-Yugoslavia. It's really kind of a really nice small community, you can say it like that. And this also like some kind of, you can say it like dark wave. I mean, what I do basically, of course, it's kind of sounds like dark wave, and it is dark wave, I suppose. But I don't get myself like in like total genres, like to put it precisely. What do I play or what do I represent? Basically, if you are into DIY, if you are into this kind of independent scene, you can say it like underground scene, whatever it is. Then you are part of that. No matter which genre do you play, it doesn't have to be like especially hardcore punk to be kind of to be part of that scene. So, what is about Neon Lies? It's the same with other bands and acts which are more on the dark side or some other kind of genres. They're kind of also considered as the part of the same scene. So that's my answer to it. Sort of, yeah.
How did the Croatian cultural scene live during the last 2 years, where there were almost no parties, concerts? What was the situation generally for all kinds of bands and for you especially in Croatia?
Well, yeah, I mean, it was kind of a lost 2 years in the sense of concerts and meeting people and traveling, of course. But yeah, more or less scene survived and bands survived. In Croatia, we didn't have like super harsh measures against the COVID, comparing to Germany, for instance. So we did some illegal parties. I mean, in between friends, when it was possible, when the numbers were lower, and all my friends are vexed. I'm vexed also, and there is no discussion about that, of course. But we in Croatia are more south, and I guess more relaxed about it. So we meet us a lot in our friend circle, and we did some private shows and stuff like that with open windows and shit like that. But in general, it's very personally how someone survived those 2 years. Some people took it a little on the bad side. Some people took it more firmly. Basically, for me personally, my main problem in this period was the earthquake in Zagreb. not that much as COVID, but yeah, we had the earthquake 2 years ago, and I live in a little bit older building, so my building was a little bit fucked up, and I had to spend a few months outside of my home. That was my first kind of a consideration in first year of the pandemics. Yeah. Sorry, just ask me sub questions whenever you're pleased to, because I lose myself in the story a little bit.
Yeah. This kind of underground music is played in the Croatian private or public service radios, or is it only played in concerts? How well established is this music, like your music, in the airplay, in the radios?
Like a state TV and like commercial big TVs as Airtel or whatever they are. Yeah, 0 points of course. But we are lucky, we have in Zagreb one nice student radio on FM, so you can basically hear it. All the underground scene on this FM radio, and it's run by students of journalism. And we are very proud for that in Zagreb, for this, it's called Radio Student. And on this radio, you can hear all the all the bands from the scene and music, like stranger music, and you can listen in the car if you want to. That's the only like kind of a traditional media you can hear underground in Zagreb. Yeah.
You have already played in Hungary. In which clubs or which places, and how was the Hungarian audience measured to the Croatian or to the German? Are there differences at the several countries, or generally the scene is quite the same everywhere?
Yeah, you can say that. It's kind of the same. I mean, same kind of people are into that. I mean, misfits from the classroom. Those kind of people come to those kind of places. And so in that sense, it's like very same, but of course, like every country has a little different flavor, whatever. So, and each concert has a different like scenario and whatever. So it's never the same. That's one of the things which keeps me going on with that thing. It's very unpredictable, and it's kind of I can say it. It's my English is a little bit slow now. Sorry, excuse me. It's exciting. It's still exciting to play gigs and travel around for me personally. And when I will do it, if this like if it's gonna be like this in future, I will keep on the neon lights. I don't have no special plans for the future, but still it's exciting, and I really like to do it. And it's kind of my personal psychotherapy. Kind of also big important part of my life is music in general, and I'm really privileged I have a chance to like do the shit on the stage. So in that sense, when I travel around different countries, different towns, it can't be bad. It can't be bad. You know, so.
The former Yugoslavia was quite famous for its alternative scene, especially in the former Eastern Bloc, as a very interesting place.
Yeah.
How was that time, your life and your first gigs, and how was it changed eventually after the war, or was it changed at all, or it survived in the same high quality how it had been as alternative scene in the Yugoslav times?
When people speak about ex-Yugoslavian scene back in the day, they mostly think of the like late 70s and early 80s. It was really like good time frame for new wave punk bands. It was interesting situation because Yugoslav government in those times, it kind of supported the youth clubs and youth culture. So you had many means to make your band and things around it in those days. And also, like, there were many labels, state-owned labels in those days, who supported punk bands. Really interesting situation. That was like early 80s. I was teenager in late 80s, so I remember few last years before the war, and it was really like, yeah, of course it was really interesting and everything was going like more opened and more bands and everything, but in 91 basically war cut it out everything. So there was a kind of an intermediate period, maybe 10 years. It was everything like of this kind of a music, of this kind of ideas, it went deep underground, like 3 stairs down. You know? So it was this 10 years or more of this dark ages in that sense of the word. And now slowly it's rejuvenating again, last 10 years. And when we, you cannot compare different times and different narratives. I can only speak now for the present scene in Croatia, in ex-Yugoslavia maybe. Yeah, I'm part of that sort of. Yeah.
How were your concerts in Hungary? So you told that you were in Hungary as well. So maybe can you talk about your experiences in Hungary?
Yeah,
as concerts, but also if you have been privately there.
Oh, I have quite a lot of friends. Some friends in Budapest, and they're also part of this scene. All they playing very interesting bands, and I had a chance to. They hosted me as a Neon Lice a couple of times. I played in place called Crypta, which is probably not familiar, and also I think in Goya maybe, or I will play in Goya. Do you know that club maybe? Goya. Yeah, that's an interesting place also. And oh yeah, I remember the place with the garden. It's called Aurora, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I played in Aurora also. Yeah, it's a club downstairs. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when I think about countries or towns or whatever, how is it? Or I just don't think like it's a whole nother different question how the countries or towns are. But mostly I see those places through my friends. So in that sense, I really feel like at home in Budapest. I have like really great friends there, and I really love to come there. I've been many times, and hopefully in the summer I will have also a concert there in Budapest.
Thanks for the interview.
Mm.